To V2B Academy, and I welcome you all to the class on South America mapping series. Okay, so in the world static mapping series, we are starting with South America. We have started already in the last classes where we have completed the locations of the different countries of South America, and then we have seen certain lakes of South America in detail in the last three classes. Right, so if you haven't watched those last three classes, kindly watch them. They are in the playlist. Okay, there is a separate playlist that is created with respect to world mapping. You can watch the past three classes and come back to today's class. Okay, so let's start the mapping of today, and I'm revising all of the things that we have read in the last classes once so that you can also revise it with me. So I've told you largest to smallest by land area. Asia is the largest, next Africa, next North America, next South America, next Antarctica, next Europe, and last one is Australia. Then I've explained to you about all the oceans and also different countries that are located in South America, starting with French Guiana. Right, French Guiana, we have seen about French Guiana's capital Cane, and there is a location called Kourou, which is a rocket launching station. And also next one is Suriname, whose capital is Paramaribo, and Guyana, Georgetown, Venezuela, Caracas. There is a port named Maracaibo. And also, Colombia is the country which is bounded by two oceans, that is Atlantic and Pacific Ocean, whose capital is Bogota. And then Ecuador, Quito. And Galapagos Island, which is located in Pacific Ocean, is related to Ecuador only. And Peru's capital is Lima, which is also a famous one for phosphate and nitrates. Next, in the Pacific Ocean, we have Nazca Plate, which is actually near to the Peru. And also next we have went to a country called Chile. North part of Chile consists of a place named Arica, which is the driest place. And also Easter Islands in the Pacific Ocean belongs to Chile, and Chile's capital is Santiago. In the mid of the Chile there is Chuquicamata, which is the largest copper town. And also we have something called as Cape Horn in the Chile area. And also in the Pacific Ocean, Southern Pacific Ocean, there is an island named Falkland Island which belongs to UK. And next comes Argentina. Argentina's capital is Buenos Aires. And Argentina, Bolivia and Chile constitutes a triangle which is famous for lithium, that is called as lithium triangle. Okay. Next, Bolivia. Bolivia's capital is La Paz. La Paz is the world's highest capital. Next one is Sucre. Sucre is the judicial capital. Next one is Paraguay. Paraguay's capital is Asuncion. Uruguay's capital is Montevideo. And there are different places in the Brazil. Brazil capital is Brasilia. And from the Tropic of Capricorn, there is a place which is called as Sao Paulo, which is a coffee port and also which is famous for fazenda. That is passing. To the north of it, Rio de Janeiro, which is a famous place for Copacabana beach, and south of it is Santos, which is also a port. So from Chile, Brazil and Argentina and also Paraguay, the Tropic of Capricorn passes, and with the only three countries, the Tropic of the Equator passes, that is Ecuador, Colombia and Brazil. Okay, from the Brazil there are two latitudes that are passing. One is Tropic of Capricorn and other one is Equator. And there is a place named Carajás which is famous for iron ore in Brazil. So this is the first two classes. This is the region of first two classes. In the last class we have seen the lakes of South America. So if you see the first lake, that is Lake Maracaibo, which is the largest lake of South America. So this is also called as Earth's lightning capital, which is located in Venezuela. The second one is Titicaca Lake, that is between Bolivia and Peru, which is the highest navigable lake. And then we have seen a Lake Popo, which is there in Bolivia, which will be often seen in the news because it is getting dried up. And Lagoa dos Patos or Lake Patos is there in Brasilia. This is the largest lagoon lake of Brazil. Okay, these are the four lakes which we have seen in the last class. Now let's come to today's class. In today's class, we are going to see the parts of mountains. Okay, so there are different mountains about which you are going to see. Starting from Argentina and starting from Chile, let's start from the south part, then we go to the north part. There is a lake named Ojos del Salvador. Okay, Ojos del Salado. So this is the highest volcano in the world. Okay, this is between Chile and Argentina. So between Chile and Argentina, there is a mountain that is called as Ojos del Salado. This is the highest volcano, highest active volcano in the world. So Ojos del Salado. This is between Chile and Argentina. This is highest active volcano in the world. Next, there is a place named Aconcagua. Okay, this is also a mountain, which is also a highest peak of South America. So this is an extinct volcano. Okay, this is an extinct volcano. This name is Aconcagua. Aconcagua. So if you look at the direction, in the north we have Ojos del Salado, and in the south we have Aconcagua. Aconcagua is an extinct volcano, whereas Ojos del Salvador is an active volcano, highest active volcano in the world. Ojos del Salado and Aconcagua. Remember this two. And next, let's go to Peru. In the country named Peru, we have two particular mountains. One is Huascaran, which is also an active volcano. And to the south of it, we have El Misti. This is also a mountain in Peru. Huascaran and El Misti. Huascaran is an active volcano. And coming to Ecuador, in Ecuador, we have two important mountains. One is Cotopaxi and one is Chimborazo. Cotopaxi is an active volcano and Chimborazo is also in place in Ecuador. Okay, a mountain in Ecuador. Okay, to the north is Cotopaxi, to the south is Chimborazo. In Colombia, we have a mountain named Cordillera. Okay, so in Colombia, we have a mountain named Cordillera. So you have to remember the direction of these particular mountains. In the north in Colombia, we have Cordillera. And in Ecuador, we have two important mountains. One is Cotopaxi and Mount Chimborazo. Mount Cotopaxi and Mount Chimborazo. Cotopaxi is an active volcano. Coming to Peru, we have two mountains. One is Huascaran and one is El Misti. Huascaran is an active volcano and next El Misti is a part of Peru. And between Argentina and Chile, we have two important mountains. One is Ojos del Salado and Aconcagua. Ojos del Salado is the highest active volcano in the world and Aconcagua is the highest peak of South America, which is an extinct volcano. Okay, so Cordillera, Cotopaxi, Chimborazo, Huascaran, El Misti. Next, Ojos del Salado, Aconcagua. These are the different mountains that are there. Repeat them 5 or 6 times so that you will be acquainted with the pronunciations and the wordings, and then try to remember in an order from the north to south and from south to north. Okay, and remember which particular mountain is part of which particular country of South America. So starting with Cordillera is in Colombia. Next, if you go to Ecuador, there are two other seas, Cotopaxi and Chimborazo. Cotopaxi is an active volcano which is in the north. And coming to Peru, in Peru we have Huascaran, which is an active volcano. To the south of Huascaran we have El Misti. Okay, and coming to between Argentina and Chile, we have two mountains, Ojos del Salado, which is the highest active volcano in the world, Aconcagua, which is the highest peak of South America and extinct volcano. This is the highest peak of South America and this is an extinct volcano. Okay, A for Argentina, A for Aconcagua. Remember like that. And Colombia and Cordillera. Again, C for Colombia, C for Cordillera. You can remember in that way. So, we have a largest mountain range in South America. This largest mountain range is called as, which is passing through different countries, which is called as Andes, Mount Andes. This is a fold mountain. Okay, about fold mountains and about block mountains, you'll read in the geography part, in the content part. Okay, but this is only about maps, so that I'm not telling you about what are fold mountains, block mountains and other conceptual related things. So, Andes mountain passes through many countries. So first it is starting from Venezuela. Okay, it is also a part of Venezuela. Then it will go to Colombia and it is also there in Ecuador, Peru, Chile, Argentina and Bolivia. Okay, so if you eliminate Paraguay, Uruguay and Brazil, except these three and except these other countries like French Guiana and Paramaribo, that is okay, except these three, okay, except Suriname, Guyana, French Guiana and also except Paraguay, Uruguay and the Brazil, other countries are having Mount Andes. So if you remember like this, it is starting from Venezuela and it is part of Colombia, then it goes to Ecuador. From Ecuador it is also a part of Peru and it is somewhere touching Bolivia also, and it is part of Chile. Okay, it is part of Chile and it is part of somewhere touching Argentina also. So these are the countries through which Andes passes, Mount Andes passes. Okay, Mount Andes is a fold mountain in the South America. Okay, I'll repeat all the things that we have newly learnt in today's class. So there are different mountains that we have studied, starting with Mount Cordillera, which is a part of Colombia. In Ecuador, we have two important mountains, Cotopaxi and Chimborazo. Cotopaxi is an active volcano. In Peru, you have Huascaran and El Misti. Huascaran is an active volcano. In Argentina, between Argentina and Chile, you have two. One is Ojos del Salado. Ojos del Salado is the highest active volcano in the world. And the Aconcagua is the highest peak of South America, which is an extinct volcano. Okay, it's an extinct volcano. And coming to Andes, Andes passes through. It starts from Venezuela, then goes to Colombia, then goes to Ecuador, Peru, and it touches Bolivia and Argentina, and it touches Chile. Okay, these are the countries through which the Andes mountain passes. So this is a blank map where you can actually recall all the things. Recall the political locations that we have did a revision of 2 or 3 times, so I'm not doing it once again. So in Colombia we have Mount Cordillera. Okay, here which mountain we have? It is Mount Cordillera. And next, going to Ecuador, we have two important mountains. One is Cotopaxi and one is Chimborazo. Cotopaxi is an active volcano. And coming to Peru, we have two important mountains that are there. One is Huascaran and one is El Misti. And then Ojos del Salvador and Aconcagua is in between Argentina and Chile. Okay, these are the different locations that we have studied. In the next class, when you come back to the next class, try to revise all the things and come back. This is a matter of 10 to 15 minutes a day. But this particular mapping series will help you in understanding the locations while reading the newspaper. And mapping constitutes a larger portion of weightage in prelims paper, so that helps you. And also while writing the geography answers or any other answers related to resources or any other thing, you can actually draw this world map and different locations, locate different locations in your mains answers. That will add an advantage here to your answer. Okay, that will be an extra advantage to you to gain the marks. Okay, so this is it for today's video. I hope you have enjoyed. So please like the video and give your feedback, and also let's meet in the next class. Until then, take care, bye bye, and keep smiling. Bye bye.